Levitater is an unfortunate plant. He's an arena plant that's a staller. This sucks because Arena isn't at all built for stallers to be at all effective. It's a point-based game mode, where you get points for killing zombies quickly. Stalling isn't going to give you any points. Heck, Levitater will flat out save zombies from giving points, but making them unhittable by a Mega Gatling P-Vine torture strategy, which everybody uses because buffing plants are dumb, and it just kills the plant entirely. Not a great start. And this start kinda means that people don't see this thing as anything other than useless. And it really frustrates me, because this guy is cool and honestly a brilliant plant. Screwed over by what could genuinely be the world's worst introduction to a plant ever. And I should know, I've played Eclise, where they literally introduced the plant to make her level harder. Levitater is still introduced worse. That is a really bad sign. Okay, so let's just make this clear. I'm referring to Levitater outside of Arena when I say he's a good plant, and as a potential plant to add to mods. He is awful in Arena, where he was unlocked, and there is no way for him to be good there. Moving on. Let's cover the poorly thought out downsides of Levitater that people have. It doesn't deal damage is the big one. It only stalls zombies and doesn't deal any damage. This is similar to plants like Sapling or Stolia, which are also plants that are considered fairly weak by a larger chunk of the vanilla playbase. Otherwise, Levitater causes zombies to float above forward-firing range projectiles, rendering them resistant to attacks from plants like Repeater. Finally, as far as relevant weaknesses go, he tends to muck with instances a lot too. Plants like Shrinking About the Squash don't pair well with this guy. Now, if you think these weaknesses are significant, I can assure you they aren't even mostly weaknesses. Seriously, the thing about dealing no damage is often a great upside, though it also has a 1% chance to instantly kill stuff. Apparently. Either way, dealing damage is often a bad thing. The waste in Plant vs Zombies 2 get cold sooner if you deal damage to the zombies, so you can make levels last longer by dealing no damage, and you can get more sun and place more instances for the same horde. Speaking of instances, there is a way to deal with them not working with Levitater. Just don't bring instances that get countered. Instances like Cherry can do the job just fine, and you can use support plants like Chard or Sap for additional stalling. And straight shooters aren't the only plants in the game. Catapults can still hit airborne targets. They can't target them, but other plants such as laser beams still can. And you may not need to, because this trait is actually pretty helpful for you. This trait will only lower your DPS if there are no other zombies in that lane. In which case, it's knocking that zombie back a tile for free, and keeping them out of play for about 5 seconds, which is massively helpful. Otherwise, if you're skipping a zombie, you'd actually much more likely be hitting past a tanky zombie than a zombie you'd rather be killing. Think about it, zombies like Wizard only have 400 HP, while a zombie like Buckethead has 1.3 thousand. That Buckethead is going to be in the front, on average, 3 times the amount of time per zombie, meaning Levitater will more likely move them than that Wizard. This allows straight shooters to hit the bigger threat more frequently, and stop the tanky zombies, and zombies like it, extensively. This guy is seriously really good at keeping zombies back. Like, way better than any plant deserves to be, being far more effective overall to me than a plant like Primal Pea Shooter, but with multi-lane range and being more reliable. Plus a huge 5-second stun time that is a lot longer than any other plant can offer in the same space. Especially for the price, Levitater is one of the best stalls you can get, and when used well, it can seriously be good fun. Seriously, for Levitator's cost, it's very cost effective, and just very effective in general. Its stall time is honestly insane. It is very cheap and spammable, and can take up space quite well. With a plant like Peapod, it can do wonders. Or the aforementioned laser or catapult like Winter, plants that don't need much space to work well, as they allow you to spam Levitater everywhere. And I mean everywhere, because Levitater is a spammable staller. You just need to remember to show them at the end, so you don't take 10 years to kill the zombies. Always keep this in mind as, while I'm using, you are gonna be here for a while. I'm generally a big fan of stallers that stall in a unique way, and Levitater is super interesting. It's a single target staller that generally prevails well against single strong targets, but has a lot of unique traits when compared to plants like Primal Pea Shooter and Colonel. Mostly in its range and targeting, which causes users to be very different, in addition to his lack of damage. It makes him very distinct. As a side note, I actually had been wanting to see a plan like this for a very long time. It may seem weird, because it is, but I've been wanting a somewhat heavy spammable staller with border range quite specifically, and this guy happened to be exactly what I wanted. It was honestly a brief moment of, oh wait, when I realized Levitater actually does, and I was honestly shocked nobody liked the guy, until I remembered, oh wait, Arena sucks. Seriously though, why did they not make this guy a plan for Penny's Pursuit? It would have been pretty useful there, and it's not like they're unable to do this for at least one plant. Considering Levitator's skill set, it shouldn't have ever been put in a mode where stalling is entirely pointless, and it is unfortunate that it was. Maybe people would actually consider Levitator an actually usable plant. But whatever, we can't always have what we want. It's also unfortunate it's on a mod version. Most mods just can't use this guy, even if they would otherwise, due to the version of the game they are on. And a lot of mod creators I've talked to don't really see this guy as much of anything, and it's unfortunate, as this guy can really be a genuinely fantastic plant if given the chance. And unlike something like Bramble, they won't jank up the entire game in the process of fixing him to be usable. And that's nice. Overall though, I'm still annoyed Levitator is an arena plant. It's clearly not meant to be one, and it sucks a ton as one. That's the main takeaway. I think. Whatever. Subscribe if you want. I have a few videos in the works, so a short video is required of this slot. Don't worry, I am going back to the longer stuff in a bit. Otherwise, this has been Creeps, and have a good one.